The Indiana Fever have kicked off the new year with a whirlwind of excitement and, unexpectedly, a hefty dose of panic. Just as the franchise was gearing up for the upcoming season, they made a catastrophic error by leaking their protected players list for the WNBA expansion draft. This blunder has not only raised eyebrows but has also cast a shadow over the team's future strategies, particularly concerning star player Caitlin Clark. On November 24th, the Fever's social media team mistakenly posted a graphic showcasing their protected player list just one day before the deadline. The expansion draft, set for December 6, is a crucial moment for every team, allowing them to protect 6 players from being claimed by the new Golden State Valkyries. Instead of keeping their plans under wraps, Indiana's oversight turned a pivotal moment into a meme-worthy disaster. Fans quickly captured screenshots, ensuring that this blunder will haunt the franchise for years to come. To put things in perspective, the stakes were high. The Fever had just made their first playoff appearance in years, and the momentum was ripe for building a competitive roster. However, this oversight revealed a lack of strategic foresight, particularly in their approach to player protection. Caitlin Clark, a rookie phenom who has captivated audiences and filled arenas, should have been an obvious choice for protection. Yet, the Fever's decision-making process seems to reflect a troubling favoritism towards players who may not have the same potential. The protected list itself raises numerous questions. While Clark is undoubtedly a cornerstone of the franchise, the inclusion of players like Nalissa Smith and Tammy Bentley over promising talents like Grace Burgo and Damaris Dantas appears short-sighted. Smith's inconsistency and off-court drama have overshadowed her talent, making her a risky choice. Meanwhile, Bentley's injury history has made her more of a liability than an asset. Choosing to protect these players over younger, more dynamic options sends a message that the Fever are not fully committed to building a future contender. Fans have reacted with disappointment and anger, questioning the competence of the front office. If these decisions were meant to reflect a strategic vision, they've instead painted a picture of confusion and neglect. How could a franchise that claims to be all in on a championship run overlook such critical aspects of roster management? Moreover, the timing couldn't be worse. As the Fever prepare for the expansion draft, they've handed their rivals a detailed look at their plans. The Golden State Valkyries, debuting in 2025, are now equipped with insider information that could allow them to disrupt Indiana's strategies. They can identify vulnerable players and make preemptive trade offers, further complicating the Fever's efforts to build a competitive team. Some fans have speculated that this leak was deliberate, a way to gauge public reaction or to distract from deeper issues within the organization. If that's the case, it's a reckless gamble that could backfire spectacularly. However, it seems more likely that this was simply an embarrassing mistake, indicative of a larger pattern of mismanagement. As the Fever navigate this tumultuous period, the absence of clarity and focus in their strategy is alarming. The decisions made now could have lasting repercussions, potentially alienating an already fragile fan base. Protecting Smith and Bentley at the expense of young talent like Burgo and Dantas seems to signal a retreat from the ambitious goals the franchise publicly espouses. The fallout from this incident is already evident. Analysts and fans alike are questioning the Fever's competence, and rival teams are likely reveling in the chaos. The expansion draft represents a critical juncture for the league, and Indiana's blunders have diminished their credibility significantly. In an era where the WNBA is becoming increasingly competitive, the Fever's missteps could prove disastrous. Caitlin Clark, who should be the face of the franchise, now finds herself in a precarious position. Instead of being part of a rising powerhouse alongside Aaliyah Boston, she is surrounded by uncertainty and questionable decisions. If the Fever truly want to turn things around, they need to reassess their strategy and prioritize the long-term health of their roster. With the expansion draft looming, the focus must shift from short-term gains to building a sustainable team that can compete at the highest level. In conclusion, the Indiana Fever's accidental unveiling of their protected player list has not just been an embarrassing blunder, it's a wake-up call. The franchise must demonstrate that they can navigate these high-stakes situations with the competence and foresight necessary to thrive in the WNBA. As the draft approaches, fans are left hoping that this moment of panic will serve as a catalyst for much-needed change within the organization.